Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Tales from the Kiwi Farms. Today we're looking at a drama cow named Amanda, Amari Turcole, LadyALT69, Amanda T, Amari the non-binary, Amari Babe 93, Amari Strawberry. So she is a pedophile, pedo apologist, and tulpamancer. Don't know what that means. Who gets into fictional relationships with a Spyro boss, goblins, and Pokemon, all while shipping herself. Decade reigning cow. True and honest twin soul sister of OPL. IQ of 62. Is that confirmed? I want to see the reports. All right. Remember this is from September 7, 2013. Wow, that's a decent amount of time ago now. Remember how Chris Chan always wanted a twin sister? How he desperately pleaded to God above to give him one? It seems that his prayers were answered, and now the rest of us have to suffer. Even the cow herself has said that she is his soul twin. She's fat, autistic, narcissistic, entitled, incestual. I'm interested. Untalented, a pedophile, pedo apologist, a cheater, sex addict, racist, and more. So this is the link here. Pedophile, pedo apologist. Amari, Queen of the Grim Snarls. So this is her. Pedo apologists support the sick actions of their partners, friends. That's the thing of an apologist. I don't support the ideas of that shit. Even if the friends I hang out with are accused or had a horrible past, I don't support their past actions. If they do something wrong, I'll point it out to them. Instead of going behind their backs and share their fucking screenshots like my ex-friends have to me. If there's concern, please point shit out instead of talking behind their backs and being a fucking drama leech whore about it. Since Alt wants to insist so much that she is not a pedo apologist, it's time for a new master post on her pedo tendencies. A lot of this is repeating info in the OP, but wow. But with more in depth that would clutter the OP. If anyone wants evidence about her being a pedophile pedo apologist, feel free to link them in this post. I'll probably include this in the OP somewhere when I do more sprucing of it. Alrighty. So I guess here we could learn about, you know, just some of her pedophile-like tendencies. Um, When I was 17 and this girl was 15, I did something so wrong, I regret it so harshly. The whole town decided to stun me because all I wanted to do was experiment, and I wasn't trying to molest the person. I am still scarred to this day. I'm not like this, but I still feel like a monster for ruining her life. Years later, I see her again and she got familiar, but couldn't tell my name. I was scared. I felt regretful. Oh, I see. Well, you were young, dude, and you regret it now. Um, I don't know. She like forced herself on her. It wouldn't make her a child molester. It would just make her a molester. Um, I mean, when you do shitty things, you'll eventually go back and defend them however you can, or you will loathe and seethe in it, or if you're the rare healthy person, you will work through it. But let's get back to where we were. Here is our Manda. This is her. All right. Manda Turkal. Date of birth May 2nd, 1993. Non-binary, Queen of Fools. Wink wink. For over a decade on the internet, she has been documented on Encyclopedia Dramatica and resides in Mount Olive, Illinois, with her fictional green husband, her mommy, and a brother, all in the same cramped home together. She's nearly 33 30. What is wrong with me? She's nearly 30 years old, 27 currently, and has no accomplishments to speak of besides being an internet cow. She spends her days seeing what can kill her faster: vaping, being fat, or being fat, or deluding herself from fat's on my mind, or deluding herself far from reality. She is a jack of all trades, but far from being a master of any of them. From drawing, TikToks, porn, and more. Oh God, sounds horrible. No one wants to see that. Manda has autism just like OPL. She embodies every stereotype of a redneck and can't spell past the fourth grade level. Often any fault she has, she'll scream that it only makes her more human. Jesus fuck. People shouldn't shit on her while she gladly takes a streaming dump on others. especially kids, while she is an adult, death threats most likely included. She loves current trends, claiming she's gender fluid, non-binary, whatever else is popular with the kids from her age group. Far from her age group, not in her age group. She'll use her autism as a crutch and her special power. She truly believes herself to be the queen of fools, wink wink, but gets mad when people treat her that way. She's her own worst enemy. For the uneducated Kiwi Farm user or newcomer, I know I can't tell what that is not real. I have horrible eyes. I did that for fun. Please don't me off over a copy paste thing I chose to put in. Thanks. That didn't help me at all. I mean, I'm not really new to the Kiwi Farms though, so maybe because I'm not, I can't understand it. For those of you unaware, Amanda warranted attention on her by having a particular fictional love interest that people found odd. She was so butt mad that there was an Encyclopedia Dramatica page on her back in the early 2010s. This, of course, only caused her to chimp out further while people watched her make a spectacle of herself, which reigns true to this day. This is how I fucking feel, cocksuckers. Wow. She was also known to shame skinny girls, make racist comments, death threats, hate art, and more, and she has never stopped. I've just never been able to persevere like that. When I'm really, really bad at something, I just won't keep trying to draw. Like, look how bad this is. If this is her art, like, it's just so bad. In the years to follow, nothing at all stopped or quenched her thirst for the love of her life. She would keep posting her art, writings, videos, and more, without ever finding improvement, but gladly boast that she would, because no one else will feed her ego. Any online friends that she has made eventually stop talking to her, and she has no one to blame but herself. But that won't stop her from trying. Not many autists, artists, or passing strangers want anything to do with her. Almost on any and all platforms you can find people shitting on her. Reddit, Tumblr, DeviantArt, YouTube, TikTok, etc. And here we are shitting on her. She's pretty easy to shit on. I get a vibe off people if I feel like good shitting on them, and this one's giving me a good shit on them vibe. She belongs with no fandoms, even of the shittiest tier like Five Nights at Freddy's, Steven Universe, Pokemon, and more. They all find her too weird and exceptional to interact with. That is impressive. She should join like the Bronies. They could probably accept her. Let's see if I can read. Oh, hell yeah. Uh, LadyALT69. No chill, deviant slut. Everyone has her child. Everyone hates her. Jesus. Childish, impatient, and irresponsible. Everyone out to get her. Trolls love the locale milk. Rabid fangirl. Quick would fuck her. Miserable to hang out with. Chill as fuck. Patient and open-minded. Responsible for actions. Settled in. Blah, blah, blah. Just like the opposite. Definitely not. So, like, that's her belief. How do you say that? Jacques? Is it French? Je crois. I'm going to say je crois. Alright? A huge point in her internet infamy because of one character. Lady Alt is best known for je crois. Usually Tard Cows as herself picks someone that at least has a good amount of screen time, lines, or more than one appearance. And what surprised the internet is that this character has none of that. I'm talking about this green fuck. Alright, what is this? Oh, this guy? From Spyro? What? So she chose to obsess over that, I guess. So, I mean, to each their own, but it's just a little weird. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. You never know. Moving on. Oh, got some stomach pains going on. We might gotta smoke up soon and get rid of that. I'm real tired right now, too. This character has one of the shortest boss battles in the entire Spyro series. She has been in a relationship with him for almost 10 years. She believes in her own autistic version of spirit travel and that in another dimension she's married to him and she has had two of his kids. Je crois comes to visit her constantly in this world, and she has made several personified versions of him. She even has a body pillow of him that she drew herself to hump herself on during the lonely nights. Worth nothing, this is barely scratching the surface of the artwork she has of them. Any of them are lols worthy. I cannot open this. I went through and checked what I could open and not open. I cannot open this. If you want to check it out, go here and click it. I can't. Alright. But why? Je crois. Well, Amanda has said many times that she fell in love with a picture of him. She claimed that Je crois has spiritually communicated with her. She forced so many idealizations and headcanons onto this voiceless character. Je crois has been made into a homophobe, brain-dead mouthpiece for... Wow. Why'd she have to ruin this, jester guy? For her that worships the very ground she walks on, making her his queen. Aw, so cute. Larry, her ex-husband, 50-year-old pedo pant shitter. Ew. Arguably the most infamous of them all, since he stayed with her the longest, according to Alt. He only married her for those sweet, neat bucks of hers. Larry was in his 50s and started dating Alt the moment she turned 18. He also had a history of preying on minors that Alt knew of. Larry preyed on Alt's niece and nearly molested her by sneaking into her bedroom. And it was then that Alt's two barely functioning brain cells had a realization. Larry and her broke up and got back together, marrying shortly after. The two were together for 6 years before Alt started smelling the literal shit coming from him when he would shit and piss himself at the workplace, not the whole molestation thing. All of this didn't stop Alt from calling Larry her true love for the longest time, drawing art of them between the heavy breaths she would take, proclaiming her love for Je crois. Larry was aware of her huge girl boner for Je crois, but he didn't really seem to care. The three of them were in this poly relationship, as Alt liked to put it. They finally divorced back in 2019, pretty recently. And despite Alt proclaiming she would take a break from men, is too horny to keep promises. Robert Guzman. Ruben. Another pedo Hispanic retard. Meet Ruben Guzman. He even has his own Kiwi thread. Interesting. Two cows unite. Unite. That's what I meant to say, of course. To summarize Ruben best, he is a drunk piece of shit that has made many deviant art accounts trying to groom minors into giving him nudes or ERP. One day he turned to Alt in a drunken stupor and thought, good enough. Ruben was very embarrassed of her when he finally sobered up that he didn't want any romance with her, only sexual aspects, which broke Alt's heart so much that she made a heavily inspired character of him to ship herself, insert name, Rufino. Alright, I'm curious, so I'm going to open this in a new tab and check it out. So we got this screenshot from Discord. Manda T. I can understand that, but do you still like me like a fuck buddy at least again? I need answers. Do you like me? Like me? Because I think there's more to this than a drunk moment. It kind of hurts that you get drunk and you're attracted to me, but when you're sober you want no sexual or love relationship with me. I think you're hiding something. Not really. I just don't have much female to flirt with or interact with. Wow, so I'm just a sex toy? That explains. I'm not very happy that you are using me for pleasure and let you act like you're interested in me. I just wish you were interested in me because I'm still into you. I'm sorry I do a lot of stupid shit when I'm drunk. Kind of boring. Ruben was introduced to one of her minor friends through her and began to groom him. She was fully aware of this relationship and didn't think twice of calling the police since she crushed on Ruben so hard. Her groomed friend begged with her to get away from this pedophile she was ERPing with. Alt instead did the most reasonable thing and asked tarot cards if Ruben was a pedophile, not believing her friend's advice, screenshots, and experience. The tarot cards told her no, so she continued thirsting. He's offline, and I feel like I'm being a bother to him. I'm doing my best to give him space. I asked the universe if he really is pedo. It is pulled toward no. It pulled me towards no. He most likely didn't know they were underage until it's too late. I am not going to be able to click on this to read this because when I do, it opens up some NSFW stuff. It was only when everyone, including her ex-friend, exposed Ruben of being a pedo, she had no problem throwing him under the bus too and declaring that she, a nearly 30-year-old woman, was also groomed by him. She whined, wanting sympathy points from the actual victims of Ruben when she herself jumped on his drunken dick. She yelled at her ex-friend when he exposed her to the farms and gave details of their relationship, blaming a minor for not being responsible to tell her to stop talking about Ruben's nasty cock. Despite claiming what an awful groomer pedo Ruben is once everyone else did too, Alt has become besties with him again in secrecy. The reason to that is not entirely sure why, but Ruben took this to his advantage and exposed her with recordings of their conversation that they had, with her admitting to sitting on her niece and nearly crushing her to death. We are going to listen to this.
Your face is also punchable. I hope someone punches some sense out of you. Yeah, that's a fucking threat. That's a fucking threat.
The fuck?
Yeah, that's how fucking disgusting Murday is. Daniel is. And they really piss me the fuck off so much that they decided to give me a fucking threat. They keep bothering me and shit. And they won't leave me the fuck alone. They need to get the fuck off. They need to get all their call-out posts the fuck out of here.
That's right. Get him out of here.
That really is unwelcome. Like, there needs to be a rule that you
Sparko.
cannot make all call-out posts on DA. You know?
I totally understand.
Because that is just ridiculous. It ruins a person's life that way. And what they're doing is ruining my life. Like,
Oh no.
just because I made a lot of mistakes and stuff, and saying that I dislike children, and you know, I'm trying to say that
I don't think anyone thinks you dislike children, lady.
Children are just too much for me, and people don't understand my struggles with kids.
I see.
What, didn't you just say like a thing about senior citizens?
You're a 30-year-old woman. Just
Yeah,
avoid
I like
children
saying that
if you don't
about
have your own.
citizens, but they don't get in trouble for that shit.
But you did say like this was the year that they're all gonna die.
Yes, I did say that. Yeah, but
Well, I'm not gonna lie, that kind of made you sound like an asshole.
Yeah, definitely.
I know I've been an asshole.
I mean, that's a very rude thing to say. Like, sadly,
lady's
my
gross.
grandma died, and I don't really appreciate you saying that. I mean,
I hurt people's feelings, and
no, Amanda, I feel like you really need to think before you act, you know? Because I feel like if you don't, you're gonna end up doing the same mistakes over and over and over again. Like, no offense, but you are, like, coming off as a female Christian.
no, Christian's more innocent than me.
Shit.
I'm just my own person.
That didn't age well. Aged like fucking milk,
asshole,
bitch.
Yes.
Christian is not more innocent than you anymore if he was before.
I fuck up every time. Maybe I shouldn't speak anymore. Maybe I should just become mute or whatever and never speak again.
Like,
That'd probably be
like
good for
no matter
everybody.
what, like, people are still gonna go after you.
This guy sounds familiar, but I think he just has a generic voice.
Try to ruin my life, and I know I need to start taking responsibility in myself. I guess I am a horrible person because I have thoughts and shit that are so corrupted and shit. And I speak my mind about things, and it's like I'm not allowed to do that. I say a lot of hateful shit.
I mean, yeah, sometimes you pretty much do say the most hurtful things. Like, Amanda, like, sometimes it's best that we take a break from the internet once in a while. Like, I'm not talking about a day, I'm not talking about a week, not even a single month. I'm talking about, like, you know, multiple months, like maybe even a year or so to help better yourself.
That's what everybody keeps suggesting.
Then maybe you really should take that into consideration. Like, you can't just expect this to blow over like in a week or day or so. That's not how any of it works. What do you have to say?
Maybe I'm starting to believe I'm a horrible person. I'm starting to believe it.
Well, how's it going?
Most pedophiles are
Hard
horrible
times.
people. Ooh, that hit nice.
Had to deal with my therapist today. She
Deal
suggests
with her
me that,
therapist.
I need to just start talking to my friends and family members about my feelings instead of venting to the internet and
That's facts.
seeking validation bullshit and talk to people I trust.
That's good advice.
I mean, there's like a lot of people online that you can't really trust nowadays.
I know.
So,
Yeah, you never know.
Are you really seeing a therapist?
Yes.
Okay. Because other people doesn't seem to think that you're actually getting help. Like, you're just making this as
She's
as
just
an
going to like
excuse.
McDonald's and telling the
No.
drive-thru worker,
I'm
like,
actually seeing a therapist.
this is what's going
What
on
do
in my
you
life.
tell the therapist?
I tell my therapist about my problem, the issues I have online, the issues I have with.
So it's just more
my mental
complaining.
Issues, things like my emotional issues.
Like, let's be real here. Like, why do you honestly think it was a good idea to tell people that you hate kids online? Like,
Yeah, what an awful
what
idea.
were you expecting?
I just felt really horrible, and I even told my therapist about that today.
You
and
did?
I felt like a monster. Yes.
So she
And how
almost
did he or she
crushed
react
her
to it?
knees.
She understand where I was coming from, but at the same time, she knows, like, she knows it's okay to
Jesus.
dislike kids. I'm going to different schools, and
I'm just gonna skim through this.
really
I'm
hurt
kind of
me and
not.
stuff.
I got the
It's
gist.
not really, and
She's awful.
Wait, you say you abused them?
well, it was
Here we
during
go.
junior high school years, and the kids were bothering me, and I got paranoid, and I got in a rage, and
Oh my
shit got
God.
screwed up.
Oh my
And then
God.
another time it was with my niece, and
Wait, what was that?
my niece.
Like, what about your
Well,
niece?
It was because she wouldn't shut up at the time, and I got in a rage with her. It was physical.
Like, how physical were you?
Oh my
Be honest with yourself.
God.
You're just gonna hate me for this. I put my weight on
That's a
back,
lot of
and
weight,
it
ladies
was
and gentlemen.
in the car, and I'm so horrible. I am horrible. I'm a horrible person.
What did you do exactly?
Say it.
Well, my niece couldn't shut up, and I tried telling her to be quiet, and she wouldn't be quiet, and
Was this intentional?
well, I was trying to shut her up, that's it, and
So you did it on purpose?
I just wanted her to shut up, that's it, and this is why I had to get my tubes tied. This is why
Oh
I
my
believe
God.
I could potentially be a bad mother, and I'm a bad aunt, and I'm scared to be around kids because I
Alright.
could be abusive, and I try to stay away from kids in public.
Oh my
I am
God.
not good with kids.
Have you ever thought of getting off the internet? Like, like...
So she sat on her knees. That's what I wanted to hear. Alright, we're gonna keep reading. As if this wasn't bad enough, she has gone to him a third time, this time coming after him with nudes only to be exposed to the Kiwi Farms. What do you want? Why did you expose me? What was the purpose of that? That conversation was supposed to be between us. It really upset me that you did that to me. I'll be on 10-minute break in 11 o'clock just using the bathroom. Why add me back? I thought you were done with me. I just need to know some things. Maybe earn my trust back. Are you sure you didn't add me back because you may still have the hots for me? I know I have trust issues now, just had thoughts of you as someone who may forgive me as well. I did some vent art of a character if you know. I will be right with you if I don't reply. Just admit that you still have somewhat feelings for me. So we can't open this. I had to fucking start a new recording because I clicked the picture. Mr. J, Tistic Fat Worshipping Swede. After he divorced with Larry, Mr. J was one of the many boy toys she pulled into her orbit. Not much is known about Mr. J. I think of Harley Quinn talking to the Joker in the Arkham series. Yeah. These two not dated once, but twice in the short time they were together. Amanda would proclaim that Mr. J was not with her for her fatness, but the fan art commissions that they would get proved otherwise. The two fell through when Alt decided that Mr. J wasn't giving her enough attention and cheated out to the nearest man that glanced at her with some nudies, which speculated to be Ruben or Kyle. Which she didn't think is cheating because it's online, says the woman who had him married to a goblin for 10 years. Kyle, supposed neckbeard IRL victim. Kyle is a man that actually had enough desperation to meet all IRL when she divorced Larry. Not much is known about their relationship. All that is known is that Kyle is that he met with Amanda IRL and was dropped by her the moment he wasn't communicating with her. Kyle wasn't talking or texting her because he was in the hospital for his health. Amanda had no problem shit-talking him during that time. They got together again shortly after, only to break up with him again and had gotten back together for a third time in the same year. Guess I'm still with Kay. Been chatting on and off and such. I'm just going to take this time with him. Not single still. I don't know anymore. Guess you can say it's complicated relationship. I want to do better than before. Finally broke up with Kyle. He was still asking me pretty much be his whore to fuck another guy on a webcam in Discord and he watches. I'm not doing it. Cucking isn't really my thing, IRL, even if it's on webcam. Blocked him everywhere. He said I doxed him when in reality I didn't. I tried to add him as a couple, and his first and last name is put out there for the world to see on Facebook. He somehow got harassed by numerous people, and I am pissed off about that. I regret doing that, but I guess shit. Happens for a reason, I guess. I want people to believe my friends and the people I'm with or without alone. That's so cute to think that'll do anything. It's just so naive and sweet. What is this? I can't click it. Alt was horny enough to settle ERPing with a girl for a brief time. Not much is known about crypto, only that she was pulled in Alt's orbit after she dropped Larry. Despite only dating Alt for a week, she is worth mentioning because Alt asked Crypto's age after they started dating and only when someone on her curious cat brought it up to her. Okay, the girl was 23 though, so it's okay. Michael O'Brien. Alt's first ever fuck buddy. Michael came along before Larry, and in fact came in when Alt was 13 years old. Michael doesn't have much other worthy notes besides the fact that Alt said he had a huge dick and that she loved and that he grew into when they met for a fuck session after she and Larry broke up. She tried to demonize him for taking her virginity, but based on Alt's story, she willingly had sex with him. What is the biggest cock you ever took? A huge 12-incher. I swear it reminded me of an elephant trunk. That guy was huge. Was my very first ex, but it was years later, and we finally got to have some fun. At the time, I was a junior in high school, and he was in the 5th grade, and we never did anything. And then when we got older and we met each other again, I was taking a break from Larry, broke up with him for a short time, and I got to have some sexual fun. He was huge, 12 inches, like porn star quality. George Wilson, the first ever pedophile in her life. George Wilson is an older man that groomed Alt and got convicted to jail for his pedophile behavior. It is not sure if he did actually have sex with her at any time, but since Alt's legs are always open for business, this is all based on Amanda's word and narrative. Sorry, I got like tongue-tied and I'm real stoned. Or like not brain-tied, I guess would be a better word for it. This is all based on Amanda's word, a narrative, so take this with a grain of salt. Amanda had to talk to what she says was the FBI when George was getting arrested for his crimes of possessing child porn, including taking pictures of her while she was underage. The picture almost has a shred of self-realization with the all terrible relationship choices she's made. Her family, I don't think I can click this one. I'm going to pause and try. I can click it. Her brother and her sister. Ew. Most of the information is just observations or word of mouth from Alts, so there may be some lacking or inaccurate information here. Her mother living with her. Her mother is a truck driver. Her mother has encouraged Alt many a time to stay on her neat bucks for the rest of her life, and probably because she knows how incompetent her daughter is. It seems her mother probably didn't give enough attention to her child because Alt has said a few times that the reason she is so retarded is that she ate lead-based paint chips growing up. Her father is dead. He died a few years back due to health problems. He was A-okay with his daughter marrying someone around his age. In fact, Alt had gone to say that her father and Larry had become friends when they were together. Her brother, who's living with her, he's only appeared in a few videos and photographs. In any viewings we've seen of him, he seems so disregarded his sister. He seems to disregard his sister or generally be annoyed around her. Still lives at home, but however, seems to pull his weight considering he has a job. It's not sure if he suffers from any mental disease that earns him neat bucks. Her sister moved out a while ago. Her sister once upon a time lived with her entire family until she moved out. After the incident of Larry preying on her daughter, Alt's niece, it wouldn't be that too much of a surprise as to why she did. There's also the incident where Alt assaulted and sat on her niece because she wouldn't shut up. Her sister had caught her but somehow let Alt still be around. I'm fucking blown away. I'm so stoned. How do you have like a person like this just in your life still like existing and being involved in like the family and your kids and shit? Like it's like why? It's not a good place for them. Her sister also believes in the same ridiculous shit that Alt does, thinking that she and her sister were two people that died at Woodstock in a past life. She also gave Alt the disgusting tattoos that she has at their home. And she has made out with her sister before for reasons she will not explain, living up to the general redneck stereotypes. I'ma drop the logs of you admitting you made out with your sister. Unless you admit it to yourself first. I will give you 3 days to do it and you'll be able to apologize. That was when I was a child junior in high school and it was one time. Can we please leave the situation alone? And I am sorry for that. Nothing more to say about why that happened, and people really don't need to know this shit in general. It's fucking ridiculous how you think this past is an issue, and you just love to make my past an issue. Just leave it the fuck alone. Young people do stupid shit in general. Yeah, I always used to do dumb shit too. I did some real stupid shit in high school. I'm not gonna get into it, but making out with my sister wasn't one of them. It never even crossed my mind. So I don't know if that's a good defense. It's one of those things you just don't do. Her niece moved out with her mother, obviously. The Farms visit. You retweet or retweeted one from Kiwi Farms. Is that you? The Queen of Fools graced us with her royal presence. As you can imagine, she made a complete ass of herself, trying to lie about evidence in the thread, trying to throw a pity party suicide bait, giving hollow apologies while calling her ex-friend a cunt, and trying very poorly to shit-talk Kiwis. She gave more information with barely any of the users in this thread having to ask. Unknown to Kiwis, she actually made an account here before she made her presence known. Her only post before she declared her presence was one defending herself and pretending it wasn't her. The reason is that she... yep, we were talking about the same blah, blah, blah. I know she probably reads this thread, so Amanda, why did you delete the journal? The reason is that she was in a delusional and honeymoon phase and that she felt she was attacked. That's what I heard from her. That's pretty... I don't know who else would defend her, What caused Amanda to become so grazed with the fact that a Kiwi user dropped conversations that they had about her confessing to the idealization of molesting her niece. She also confessed that when she was 17, she molested a 15-year-old girl who told her parents in the small community shunned her for it. So once again, hold on. Alrighty, so these are those Kiwi dropped conversations right here. When I was 17 and this girl was 15, I did something so wrong I regret it so harshly. The whole town decided to shun me because all I wanted to do was experiment and I wasn't trying to molest the person. I am still scarred to this day. I am not like this, but I still feel like a monster for ruining her life. Years later, I see her again, and she got familiar, but couldn't tell my name. I was scared, and I felt regretful. Oh, I see. Well, you were what young dude, and you regret it now. I could have been labeled a child molester, and honestly, I don't want to be that person. I am crying right now. I've been having intrusive thoughts and that aren't healthy. Hey, I have another theory about Guzman. If he really did send nudes to young girls, would there be pics with his dick involved as good enough proof? If he did, he would have a nude section on ED. It's not exactly proof unless there's screenshots accompanying it to an underage girl. Right, and there has been no screenshots, so is that even good enough? I feel like they're mostly slandering him. That's just my opinion. Just because there's no pics proving it doesn't mean this shit isn't out there. And then lastly, he's offline and I feel like I'm being a bother to him. I'm doing my best to give him space. I asked the universe if he's really a pedo. It pulled me towards no. He mostly didn't know they were underage until it was too late. Ew. Telling me to molest. Oh my gosh, wait. I've been having intrusive thoughts telling me to molest my niece, and I don't want to do that shit. I don't want this mindset anymore. When I was 17, oh, well, I could have just read it here apparently. Alright, here's a more informative post, and I will see if we can look at it. Ooh, that is quite a bit, and you could check that out on your own if you are so inclined. So we have some videos of other people reacting to her. Yeah, let's see. That's a lot. Maybe another time. Alright, here, alright, we can react to this one here. I'm in and ready. I can't read all that. I'm not going to do it. In a little bit. Maybe not. I'm way too stoned and tired. It does look like we get a house tour. Like Chris's, maybe? Oh, I like the music on these. As you can imagine, Amanda's home is messy. Oh my god. She's awful. Just a little trash. It's a little more trash. Something going on over there. It's not the worst. It's better than fucking Chris's house. So there's her being a racist. We're not gonna watch that on here. Calling out a pedophile. We could watch this one together. You know what? I'm already so far gone. Maybe we'll watch this one. We'll take another dab. Watch this one all the way through. Make some jokes. I need to mute that for now. Amanda Turkall is a lolcow. She has been known as a lolcow, famous for her weird-ass fetish art and self-shipping with a Jack-in-the-Box guy from Spyro. Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks like a fucking Jack-in-the-Box guy. But I got this muted because I bet that copyright music's going to hit me. So she's a pedophile and a pedophile defender, as we know. She got into a relationship with a 50-year-old man when she was 18. Was a friend of her dad, and then they got married. I mean, we just got all that. Is this going to be shit we all seen? Yeah, it is. So, okay. So cool. I'm not going to watch that. I got all into that, and I was ready, and but we're going to just move on, I guess. So this is actual art from her Kiwis. Soulja Girl. Oh my god. Oh, that's gross. Wow. I hope you guys are enjoying this art because I'm not. I'm still there. Alright, I did it and it was worth the risk. Oh my god. So good. That's a good one too. A closing statement. It's thanks to Kiwis like you for keeping this thread well updated and archived. Thank you. Alright, so she's a deleter. People keep it updated. That's the main thread. I'm gonna pause and scroll through, and if I see anything good, we'll check up on it with you. I like this one here. I thought I'd show it off. Beautiful. Alright, I'm what? Wow, that was a big yawn. I'm wondering if this is most of the rest of the thread. This one, I don't know why I did that. This one's funny. This lady is a little nutty. Well, if you enjoyed this video, please like the video, comment, subscribe. If you have any suggestions of lolcows I should read about, let me know. I'm working on a more in-depth video, but I like doing these, so I'm going to do the quick ones as well. Not in-depth, I shouldn't say, but more like official, polished. It's going to have better stuff, like fucking jump cuts and stuff and music and an intro and stuff, and it'll be great. So, again, thank you for watching. Bye-bye.